Hi, I'm Summer Ocean Wolf Cyprian and welcome to Moon Yoga's YouTube channel. I'm here today on beautiful Mount Albert in Auckland with my really dear friend Maria Anzola. Maria is just amazing, and I like to call her the flower whisperer because she really is the flower whisperer. Anything to do with flowers and their divine nature, this is the person to talk to. So let's shuffle closer so they can see you, Maria.
Yeah.
How are you today?
Hi, I'm really good.
Amazing.
I'm happy
Good.
to be here in this beautiful place with the birds and the trees.
So tell us about your journey with flowers.
The flowers, well, I started working with flower essence around 5 years ago. And I mainly work with bag flowers, but now I work with, I just make my own flower essences as well.
Wow, that's so awesome. So then plants that grow here that you can't necessarily get in other countries, you've experimented with?
Yeah.
Cool. Wow.
And yeah, that was a few years ago when I was just walking, and then I felt something. It's hard to explain, you know, but it was like a worm and something, and I looked, and it was this beautiful, amazing purple flower just open, and I was so like amazed by the beauty, and I look at it and stay there for maybe 15 minutes and look in every single part, and it was little flowers there, and I felt the really connection with that flower, quite strong. And then that was it, and the next day I walked in the same place, and I wanted to see the flower again, but at that time the flower was closed.
Do you know what it was?
I think it was the daisy family, but it's, yeah, and then it was close, and for me it really kind of touched me and was connected with for me it was like the heartbeat or this movement, like being open.
Feel the
and
wind
being
coming
close.
when you say that as well. Isn't that sweet? Yeah.
So yeah, that was quite a profound moment in my life, and from that point I knew I wanted to work with flowers so much, and with colors as well, and with the smell.
Yeah.
They really want to work with us, and they talk to us, and it's so many ways they do that.
So I just want to ask you more about that, Maria, because when people have heard of flower essences, and people have heard of homeopathic remedies and biodynamic remedies and vibrational medicine, but I think it's more rare for people to hear about the spirits of the plants. I'm not sure that's so much in people's consciousness yet, that yes, they're alive biologically, but they're alive spiritually. And that's really what's different about you than a lot of people I've met who maybe just work with herbs or aromatherapy, is that you really see them as individuals and personalities and medicines and, you know, cultures, kind of.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's something really powerful to that, because I mean, a lot of the people who are probably going to watch this know about the Mayan spiritual healing, and the way Rosita has really taught us is that they have a spirit and a soul, and when you connect with the spirit and the soul of that plant, that's when the work happens.
Yeah.
And it's the way you work with flower essences and everything you do is very much in that vein. So was it that moment when you discovered that, or have you always known?
Well, I always had really like deep connection with the plants since I was little, and I was like making teas and potions and really kind of playing with herbs. But it was when I moved to New Zealand that I started to have this really deep connection with them, with the plants. And yeah, it's mainly for me. I just sit down and just wait until they have something to say, and they will talk to you. It's
So
quite.
can you give the people who are watching an example? Like if you look in a little black hole, you'll be able to see them. If you give the people who are watching an example of a message you received from a plant, maybe the most powerful or the most dramatic one that really changed it for you. Because I think some people cannot understand what that means.
Yeah.
Like plants are broccoli or lettuce, you know?
Yeah, it's just really this like openness and like celebration of life for me. Like a flower is the blossom. It's like, wow, we are alive. So that's for me, that connection with the flowers is like, we are alive. We are in this process of like being open, So that's what they taught me actually. And you are alive in so many colors, in so many ways, with so different smells. So it gets quite, yeah, it's quite amazing, a world of...
It's really sensual too.
It is, yeah. I was in
Wow.
Peru traveling, and I went like a botanical garden, and was this amazing flower, like this big, from a cactus.
Oh,
It was
beautiful.
so beautiful.
Oh.
And I was traveling by myself, and in a journey, and I was feeling a bit sad, and I honestly put my whole head in the flower like this and just breathe there, and after that I felt so good and happy. Yeah, it's just that simple, it's just really having this connection. And for me, I'm grateful for the flowers, so grateful. Yeah.
So you showed me a photograph of yourself at like age 2 in some garden with your brother finding flowers.
Yes,
That was one of the
It's
cutest
so
things I've ever seen. But it sounds like you knew this. You knew it even as a little person.
Yeah, I feel that as well, like something in myself. And it's been years of trying to, like, oh, this is a bit weird, why I talk with the plants, all this journey.
Flower
But
whisperer.
yeah, for me now it's like, this is amazing, this is a world that it's beautiful, that want to work with us, and it's powerful.
So you work with flower essences. Mm-hmm. You work with essential oils.
Yeah.
You're an amazing artist. She does amazing things with sacred vibrational art, like mandalas, and you painted your box that all your essences are in, and she's did a lot of beautiful stuff. So you also have started working with the jade egg. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of different things you do. Is that available to people? Like, will you see clients? Like, do you share this with people? How do you share it with people?
I share. So I have flower essence consultations. That's what I do, and it's a lot with my intuition. So we talk, but I hear flowers as well, just like out of the blue, this flower, and then I look, and this resonates with you. So it's really kind of connecting in that intuitive level. And I do work with art as well, as you know, and colors, because they do have vibrations as the essential oils, as the flowers. So I make as well like personalized paintings for people, like mandalas. And yeah, I do like consultations, and from there we see like how the intuition goes. And I'm preparing some blends, aromatherapy blends, to support women's health, to balance hormones for babies, for moms. So I'm working on that project.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That could be so helpful, like on so many levels. Is this like a massage oil or a balm or?
Yeah, it's mainly massage oils, but salts as well.
Salts for baths?
For baths. And it's with my work as well. So I talk with the plants and with the essential oils, and it's really, really feeling how they want to be blended, and it's a lot of fun.
I love that, like how they want to do it.
Yeah.
So has a plant ever given you a message that you were surprised by, like something unusual?
Well, it's always kind of a lot of surprises actually, but yeah, it's like mainly just really, hello, we are here, hi. It's like
totems.
Thank you, and like beautiful hearts in the leaves, and all these kind of messages, because I do sometimes feel like disconnected, from them. So I'm like, oh, I'm not, and the hearts appear, or the petals in my room. So it's always surprises. They like to
like
surprise
they're calling you back to nature.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I feel, and all of us, I feel we are all connected, and we all can hear them, but it's just a matter of remembering. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've seen Maria's deck. She's made a beautiful hand-painted or hand-colored deck of all the Bach flowers.
Yeah.
And that's part of your intuitive readings, is you use the oracle deck you've created by hand with your flower essences and take people quite deep, I think.
Yeah. So I think it's really good when you can actually see the flower you are taking, because that's the first way you start connecting with them if you are having a consultation. And then I show them, it's like any color is calling to you, or what do you feel about this, or reading at the back of the card, and from there it's really working together. What's the main, what's the best for you, for the client. And for children it's amazing, because they just like, I really want that. And then I'm like, look, and then I talk with the parents, is this something you, and it's so perfect, like it's always so connected with what they need at the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the cards are quite big. You
I saw them,
and it's really good for kids. They can play. I laminate them, so it's a wonderful tool to work with. And with the colors as well.
Absolutely. So Maria offers these sessions here in Auckland, right? Where is that, like, can people do them now? You're going to be moving soon, so will they be available soon, you think?
More? Yeah, now, even on Skype, I can go to
so they're online.
Houses, online. Sometimes I do go to people's houses, and I'll be, moving soon, so I'll let you know.
In a more central location in Auckland. Yeah, we'll keep you posted. Just so you know. And everyone who I've suggested come and see you for this has said, wow, that was amazing. It's really causing shifts for me. So I can personally say, when I've taken flower essences myself, like, usually I will hear what I need. It's profoundly life-changing. Like, something fundamentally changes. And that isn't, like, things aren't the same again. So I'll give you an example of a Bach flower with Serato that, like, became clear that I needed. And I was just like, I reverted to being about 2 years old for about 3 days. Like, whining, tantrums, crying, screaming, like, why won't you take care of me? That was like, and just, it was so interesting, because there was a part of my mind that was outside of the experience. And there was a part that was just like, there's this little toddler that did not get to express this thing, and now she's asking for her needs to be met. And it's like, they seem to work on that level.
Work so much. And it's so funny because you get like this, you start taking them and something starts shifting, and then you're like, wow, I just changed, and I don't know how, or is that simple but that powerful? And my dog, like, I just went back to Colombia for a few weeks, and we have a dog, a pit bull, and he's quite big.
I've seen his photos. He's really cute.
He's so cute. So he was having like a jealousy thing with my dad, because he lost my dad, and I gave him some flowers, and my dad is like, it won't work.
It'll totally work.
It's a big dog, and it's a pit bull, flower essence, and he was laughing. And I just gave it to him. I put in his water, because he's quite big and
slobbery.
And then he's been fine, and since then.
What did you give him? What essence did you give?
It was like a blend, but it was like chicory. And large, because he was kind of so it worked. And today I text my dad, how is Jackson doing? And he's like, he's so sweet, he's doing really well.
That's amazing.
So it worked, and I say to him, it works, the flower essence. And he's
are you
like,
thinking about offering this for animals, Maria?
Yeah, definitely. I know that I love animals.
She's made a blend for my dog. My dog has a unique personality, let's just say. And it really helped her at that point. I mean, she had some physical stuff going on, but it really helped calm her down.
The emotional.
So one example I'd love to just give you around what flower essences can do, and I think people will find it interesting. I'd love to take your take on it. So since I've been a little kid, hibiscus has been all over my life. Everywhere I go, they grow everywhere. I always end up close to hibiscus plants. So I knew there was some connection. And really early on, like, we'd have games, like the plant and I. Like, if I'd ask it a question, it would have 2 flowers or 1 flower the next day, and it was like this really sweet. So I had several experiences around this plant, especially in Belize, studying the Mayan spiritual healing. So I took hibiscus flower essence. I'm just going to tap the screen because it's giving us a battery warning. I took hibiscus flower essence a while ago. And what happened is it set off this incredible unearthing of memories and stuff and profound, like, and my life was never the same afterwards. I don't want to go into intense detail in your video, but it's like it had been waiting my whole life for us to have that connection. So do you think people have like specific plants that are like their totem, their ally, that work with them and maybe want to connect with them? Do you have a plant like that in your own life?
Yeah, definitely. For me, it's one of the, like, my good friends is calendula.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so common, but it's really, like, it's been around my life for a while. And I definitely get that when you say, like, oh, we are, this game, that's how I feel like. With you kind of start playing.
Yeah.
And yeah, calendula is such a sweet plant and really good for, like, as a flower essence, but as well, you can use them in the oil, in the bath. It's an amazing plant.
Yeah.
And rose as well for me.
I
rose.
bet it is.
It is,
I bet it is. And yeah, of course. That's awesome. So can people get in touch with, how do people find you?
So through Facebook.
Okay.
So
I'll put the links below.
Perfect. And yeah, through my email, Skype, Facebook, and soon I'll be opening my practice at home. So that will be amazing.
That will be amazing. That will be awesome. So the other thing I want to ask you, because a lot of the people who may be interested in the content we put up are dealing with that kind of divine feminine, reproductive, kind of fertility type stories, or connecting with their femininity in some way. And one of the things you've always been really passionate about and you've shared with me is her use of the jade egg and the experiences you've had around using the jade egg. Now, I've not personally ever used a jade egg, so I understand the theory, but I don't have any experience with it.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear how you got into that, what that did for you, what it means to you.
Yeah, well, for me, that was, some years ago I well, it's a long story, but I had some, like, urinary infection going on, and someone suggested me, just try this, and I was like, no way, I'm not,
Why did you say no way?
I'm not sure. Just the idea was kind of weird, to put something inside. So I was like, no, I'm not doing it. And then I heard about obsidian when I was traveling. So I started to work with that, and it's such a powerful stone, and it's really good to have someone that works with you when you are doing the process, because it's really deep. So I really recommend you, if you want to start doing it, find someone that knows how to do it, how to work with the obsidian. But for me, it really opens up like a channel of really trusting what I was putting, like, giving out and receiving in my body.
Wow, yeah.
And with everything I do, I work with prayer, so it's like really, asking the crystal. I work with crystals as well, so really asking the crystal to help me to see what was happening. So I start working with the jade egg as well, obsidian, but just recently I met an amazing woman. She's really, really amazing and powerful. Magella is her name, and she works with quartz crystal Yoni eggs. So that experience was really.
And where is she?
She is based in the UK, I think, but she's from Mexico. And yeah, she's amazing, and we just had a workshop, and I started using the quartz egg.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of clearing, and it's a beautiful tool, to get strength in your pelvic floor, in the muscles. And
so for those who don't know, a jade egg or a Yoni egg is a small egg-shaped crystal, either made of jade or obsidian or quartz or rose quartz, or are there other stones they use? Like, do they use lapis? Do they use?
I think they do, but I have heard just like jade and
it's inserted vaginally.
Yeah.
And is used as to actually create muscle awareness or to move energy up and down. What are the theories behind what it actually does?
Well, it's like different theories behind. Like, mainly is to get strength in your pelvic floor. That's like on a physical level, but it really is way deeper than that.
I bet.
You know how it is when you start working deep in this area. It's so much stored there, so it's like
it would be releasing the fascia too, because this would be similar to Tammy Kent's holistic pelvic work, in that instead of a finger doing that work, the actual act of the whole body doing it itself would be releasing a lot of stuff. Yeah. Wow.
So it's really powerful, and it's a lot of emotional release and spiritual, your dreams. So it's really deep and it's beautiful as well, because it's quite, I feel like it's quite gentle as well. So it really gives you that time, and when you clean the crystal and you start talking and praying, so you get quite close, as the same as the plant. So for me, it's that connection, you know, that respect, because
that connection with beings that can't speak to you, but they speak to your heart.
And it's a gift from the earth, from the land. So it's this, like taking the earth inside your heart, and really it wants to help. So it's like really being grateful for that tool.
Yeah. So what physical changes have you noticed using a Yoni egg?
Well, I get more strength in my pelvic floor, and just more strong, like I can hold it more properly, and more lubrication, which is really good, and just more healthy in general, you know.
So your bladder stuff has improved?
Yeah, that's completely, the
amazing.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. You know how
I
it was
remember
for me.
how it was for you. Yeah.
So it was, I did a lot of work, and this Yoni egg was part of my journey. That's why I'm really happy to share the good experience I had. And it's different ways to work, different crystals, different people, you know, like doing therapies. I just want to put it out there that it's a really amazing tool to try, because for me at the beginning it was like, no way, I'm not doing it.
And for so many women, a lot of these things are like, no way, and then they're like, where has this been my whole life?
Yeah, that was for me. This egg was like, wow.
Yeah.
So that's...
So thank you for sharing that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
And I just want everyone to know that in November, we're going to be doing the Womb Festival at Moon Yoga, and Maria is one of the amazing people who will be bringing an offering. So it'll be a 2-hour workshop, and you're just going to be creating that right now, and there'll be all kinds of stuff with flowers, and maybe there'll be some Yoni egg stuff, depending how you feel by that point. And so all her wisdom and all the beauty that she's bringing will be in a workshop format, and it's actually really affordable. All the workshops at the Womb Festival will be $30 each, and so, you know, this makes it really accessible for people to start to play with these ideas. And
thank you so much for inviting me to that festival.
It's a no-brainer. Of course, you're amazing.
We will be doing amazing things with the essence.
Tell them a little bit, if you know already. Share a little bit about
mainly I want to share my experience, but in more detail, like a little bit getting, and I want them to connect with the essence, so just to experience what they are feeling at the moment, and then take some essence and like trying the aromatherapy blends as well, and the smell. And for me, it's like the sharing of this experience, because I'm sure all of us had this connection, but sometimes we don't say it.
I think so. Some more than others, but definitely some, the earth just calls people. So, is there anything else you'd like to say, Maria, before we wrap this up?
Well, no, we'll be so happy. Just get in contact if you have questions, or you want to see I paint mandalas with lots of colors, so if you want to see that as well.
And you're going to be doing personalized paintings, is that what you said?
Yeah, I was working with glass paints.
They're beautiful. I have one of them in my Koya room that the light just comes through the glass.
It's amazing. So I was doing that, and now I'm getting back into it. And I have this call, because when I see people, I see colors as well.
Yes.
So I think it's something amazing for me to work with colors and more like a personal paintings. So that's one of my things as well.
Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you.
I just want you to know, like, how much I'm so always touched by how much integrity you have, and how honest and sincere you are, and your connection is so deep, and there's like nothing about you that isn't real. So I appreciate that so much.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for watching this, and I'll put all Maria's details below. And it's just like I said when I first made this channel 5 videos ago, that it's just about making a space of love and sharing. And she's one of the most amazing people in my life at the present time, and I really want everyone to have access to that. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so
are
much.
so special to me as well. And yeah, we connected. When I saw you, it was like, of course, it's someone like me. Yeah.
And I think there's
So
probably
that was
lots
so
of people who are waiting and opening to this kind of stuff out there. And so, yeah, it's a really nice time to be alive and be holding it.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Maria.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.